Welcome to a story of two halves. I haven't posted in about a week as I was away for the weekend. And when I got back, I was extremely ill. So I've been ill for the last 3 or 4 days. And in this heat, it's not been fun. But we'll take a look back at the action from the World Cup over the last week. It was another week where all of the stars in the World Cup carried on scoring goals. Mbappe, Messi, Haaland, Vinicius Jr., all of them have turned up at this World Cup. Ronaldo has finally arrived as well with 2 goals in his last game. Everyone seems to be scoring. And it's been a very, very entertaining World Cup so far. We're now in the round where the groups are getting decided, and we're going to see who's making it through to that round of 32. I do just want to talk a little bit about the disappointing 0-0 game, England against Ghana. Obviously a very, very disappointing result in the context of things. Obviously, we want England to be firing on all cylinders at all times. And we really struggled to break down a low block. Ghana defended really, really well. I did think some of our substitutions, some of our decisions weren't right. My question is, what does Ollie Watkins need to do to get into this side? Because if he can't play in that game, what's the point in him even being there? He's gone into this World Cup in really, really good form. We need a goal. Why are we not putting him on the pitch? We brought on Eze and Morgan Rogers at the same time. I don't think we needed both of them on. I would have been happy with just Morgan Rogers coming on and then having Watkins up front, like partnering Kane, or vice versa, have Eze on and Ollie Watkins up front. Kane was having to drop back a lot. I feel like if you put on Ollie Watkins, he would have just sat up there and made a nuisance of himself trying to get in behind. There was one moment when Madueke got put out onto the left after Saka had come on. And there was one moment where Madueke finally got in behind his defender. He looks up to cross the ball in, and there's absolutely no one in the box. I feel like if you have Ollie Watkins on, he's there. And this was due to just Kane having to drop back. So that was very disappointing. I can't really say anyone stood out in terms of performance. I thought the only people that played half decent were probably Bellingham and Rice, but without really doing anything. Obviously, we had that Kane miss from about 8 yards out and the O'Reilly header where it hit the bar to set up that Harry Kane miss. You don't normally see either of those players miss those chances. O'Reilly scores those headers all the time for Manchester City. And Kane, when do you ever really see him miss from there? So slightly unlucky in terms of that. That chance was like the chance. We really needed something like that to fall for us. It finally fell for us, and Kane's missed it. So what can you do? I did feel like Ghana maybe should have had a penalty. I don't really know what the ref was thinking. I think he ended up giving it as an England free kick, which was a bit mad. But yeah, I think we got away with one there. Bringing on Rashford for the final 8 minutes of the game, I thought was a weird one. But hey, we look forward to the game tomorrow. We hope that there's a better result for us there. We top the group. Panama, how are they going to play? Are they just going to sit in a low block against us again? Are we going to struggle to break them down? We'll find out tomorrow. And let's just have a look at some of the games that have gone on this week. Obviously, we're now into this final round of group stage fixtures. And in Group A, Mexico going through with 3 wins in their group. They look really, really good playing at home. They look like a really hard team to beat. And yeah, I don't think anyone would really want to come up against them at the moment, especially while they're still playing in Mexico. And South Africa managed to get through in second in that group, which is a massive shock to me, because in their first game, they looked absolutely terrible. And they've really turned it around to get through second in that group. South Korea coming in third in that one. In Group B, we had Switzerland top the group with 7 points, and Canada coming through second. So not bad from Canada, managing to get through. Obviously, home advantage. They now don't play in Canada in the next round, which might be massive for them. They might struggle not having that home advantage. They already slightly struggled in this group, so we'll see what happens with them. And then Bosnia going through third in that group. Next up was Group C. Brazil going through top of that group on goal difference. Morocco second, Scotland third, and looking like they're probably out of the tournament. They need a lot of things to swing their way, and last night did not help them at all. We'll take a look at that third place list in a minute. Group D was also settled last night, with the USA going through top of their group with 6 points, losing to Turkey last night, 3-2, and disappointing from Turkey in this World Cup. They've got some really, really good players in there, but just didn't turn up in their first 2 games. Good to see them going out on a bit of a high, winning their last game. So that's good for them. Australia go through second in that group, and Paraguay third, both with 4 points. So that looks like Paraguay are definitely through. Group E, Germany have finished top with 6 points. On goal difference, they've got a much better goal difference to Ivory Coast, who are also on 6 points going through second, and Ecuador, who got that massive win last night against Germany, going through in third place on 4 points. Massive for them, that win last night. Then we've got Group F, Netherlands going through top of their group with 7 points. Japan coming in second in that group with 5 points. Japan looked really, really good in this group stage as well. They played some really nice football. Their goal against Sweden last night was absolutely fantastic. But then also Sweden's goal was fantastic as well. Sweden go through third in that group with 4 points. And then the rest of these groups are still yet to be decided. But let's have a look at that third place table at the moment. So the top 8 at the moment, as things stand right now: Sweden, Ecuador, Bosnia, Paraguay, Croatia, South Korea, Algeria, and Scotland are in that 8th spot as things stand, but they need things to go their way. It's a big ask. You got Belgium below them, who you think will just play their hearts out to manage to secure a spot. You got Senegal down there, who played really, really well. They're currently on -3 goal difference, which is the same as Scotland. So if Senegal were to get a win, they'd be on the same points, and they'd have a better goal difference than Scotland. So all in all, it's not looking fantastic for Scotland, to be honest. What do you guys think? Can somehow these results go Scotland's way and they stay in? And also, what do you think England should do tomorrow in terms of their lineup? Surely something's got to change. Saka starting over Madueke has to, surely. I know there's question marks over Rice. Is he going to be fit enough to play another 90? I'd be surprised. Apparently he was limping out of the stadium the other night. Gordon has not impressed on that left wing. Is Rashford fit enough to start? Who knows? Let's also have a couple of looks at some of the transfer news that's broken in the last 24 hours. Harry Wilson has joined Leeds as a free agent, which is a brilliant deal for Leeds United, I think. Harry Wilson is very versatile. He's a goal scorer. He's a really good Premier League player. So a great signing for Leeds United there. Man City have finally agreed a fee with Nottingham Forest for Elliot Anderson. David Ornstein reports it's worth 116 million, fee guaranteed with no add-ons. Other people have been reporting other figures, but it's going to be a club record signing for Manchester City. Huge transfer there. And then there was a surprising news come out yesterday. Arsenal are interested in Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle United. David Ornstein's reported that Arsenal have made a proposal through intermediaries at a fee below 60 million. It's been rejected by Newcastle United, and they insist the sale of the 28-year-old Brazilian international midfielder will not be entertained. And Fabrizio Romano sort of echoes this. He says the plan to try open talks for 55 million was immediately rejected by Newcastle. Newcastle want to keep Bruno and told Arsenal they won't sell for that fee. Now, that's the bit that gets me. It says for that fee. They don't say they won't be selling him at all. So maybe if Arsenal stump up a bigger transfer fee, probably going to be closer to about 100 mil to get this player, I would say. There's obviously still those talks about Tonali going to Spurs, and that's rumoured to be about 100 mil. So I don't think we get their captain for cheaper than Tonali. So we'll see what happens with this one. But that one really shocked me. I didn't see that one coming, especially after all the talk about Tonali leaving. And there's been a lot of talk about a lot of Newcastle players in this window. Is there going to be a mass exodus at Newcastle? It sure looks like that at the moment, but we'll see what happens with that. What do you reckon will happen? Will Guimaraes end up leaving Newcastle? We'll find out. Let me know what you think in the comments. And please subscribe as I try to build this channel. Thank you very much. See you later.